Hey guys, Yxlarb here, and welcome back to Forza Motorsport 6. It's another Monday, so it's another great episode today. Here we are staring at the Bugatti Veyron Supersport, and not too long ago, actually, the new Bugatti came out. Can't remember what it's called, Chiron, something like that. Something weird. Anyway, I think it looks pretty cool. It's got, 1,500 horsepower? Hopefully we know a lot more about it now, but anyway, we're just going to have to deal with only 1,200 horsepower. Whatever. We're actually going to be playing with this car today. Figured, you know what, if they're going to force it on us, might as well use it. But before that, we're going to talk about a few things. First of all, the message center. We've got the daily payouts here. Now, you have your drivatar that plays for you when you're not here. And you earn, anywhere from, I usually get 1 to 3, 4,000 maybe in a day. And you just collect that right here. But obviously that hasn't happened yet. I'm still recording after last episode. Then you got DLC here. Just general news. Rivals. Now here, basically, these are just rival recommendations. You can go to the track and face them, whatever. I mean, you don't face them specifically, but you try to beat their time. It's not a huge deal, whatever. Gifts. If you have previous Forza data, you'll usually have gifts here. Otherwise, I haven't seen much of that. And then you just got general messages. So, just wanted to go over that. We had a bunch of messages in there. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't realize you could rack up prize spins. I don't know. Oh, well, whatever. Anyway, let's take a look at a few things here. Most of this stuff is online, like these 3 over here. Free play is kind of like test drive. Except you're not tuning stuff at the same time, and you're basically just practicing racing. It's just kind of goof-off racing. You can do it with several people as well. Over here is your main, car options. Your cars, buying cars, etc. These are the only 2 we have right now, and they're miles apart in every way, so we won't have to deal with that for now. Upgrading and tuning, painting and customizing, general options, and now the thing I've actually wanted to talk about just in general, to a group of people for a while. Porsche. At this point, just like a week ago maybe, the new Porsche expansion came out. 20 cars, 45 events, over 45 events they say, and a unique campaign experience. Now, I actually don't want to watch a video. I feel like they're going to make me watch a video. Let's see. Yeah, they're totally making me watch a video. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, let's jump to the offer. I just want to see how much it costs. I want you guys to see especially how much it costs. So you're getting 20 cars and all that other crap for $20. Yeah, over 20 cars, over 45 events in a campaign. So this is a pretty big expansion. This is not just a few cars like the rest of the marketplace. Now, I have a big problem with Porsche. Now, I love their cars, obviously. You'd be ridiculous not to. They're just fantastic, and they just work well, and they're fast, and they look nice, etc. Obviously, some of that stuff's subjective, so you're not an idiot if you don't like them, but whatever. Anyway, you might have noticed that a lot of series don't... Ferrari and Porsche I kind of get mixed up with, so if I say something that's true about Porsche and not true about Ferrari or vice versa, I'm sorry, but it's just because I have kind of similar rants between them. Now, you might notice that there's not a single Porsche available for purchase besides these. In fact, let's go to find a car. Let's go to the P's. Come on. Where are you? No, it's DLC. You see how they all say DLC? That's because there's not a single Porsche available. And this is true for, I believe, all Forzas, at least Forza 5 and 4, because I haven't played any of the earlier ones besides that. Now, why is that? Why are there no Porsches available? Well, because Porsche is freaking selfish as hell and greedy as hell, and they want to make as much profit as they can off their name. So, honestly, I don't know this for a fact. I'm just going based off of what I've seen and some of Ferrari's politics with video games. That's why you often don't see Ferraris and Need for Speed titles and stuff. Porsche is kind of the same way with Forza. So they basically just want to make a lot of money off of their name for you to be able to have even just one Porsche. I mean, what's up with that, right? So I don't know about you guys, but I have a huge problem with that. I mean, why should I have to spend basically $80 for the full version of the game? That's what it feels like to me. I mean, to have a brand in here that basically should already be in here, and to have extra events that could have already been there, and to have an extra campaign portion, which just sounds to me like it's not. It doesn't sound like an expansion to me. It sounds like a filler, like filling up what wasn't there. Like we got 80% of the game, and here's the last 20%. I don't know. I have a problem with that, especially when you're spending, a third of this game's retail price. I mean, spending $80 to have, all that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I mean, plus if you include all the other DLC, I mean, it really racks up. You can spend quite a bit on this game. But anyway, want to keep that rant short. Don't want to talk about it forever. Let's go do some other stuff. Let's go to the test drive and just explore this a bit. I'm debating on where to go. Let's just go to Le Mans. Alright, Le Mans. We're going to go to the old Mulsanne circuit. It has the long straightaway with no brakes. That's what I'm all about. Have you guys ever actually watched the 24 Hours of Le Mans? I have tried to twice. It's not that it's not entertaining, but it's just that when you try to watch something for 24 hours straight, it's just really hard to do. I mean, I'll usually get 3 or 4 hours in and be like, that's about enough. I mean, it's kind of like Super Bowl length that I can watch. And then from there, I mean, I can't watch 6 Super Bowls in a row. I'm sorry. I mean, especially since, I mean, it's never really clear what's going to happen, especially with 24 hours at stake. I mean, you have one accident and you're kind of fucked if you don't have multiple cars. So, yeah, anyway. So here we are with the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, the fastest version of the Bugatti, and actually the production car in the world, at least at this point, that's been tested. Yeah, the Hennessy Venom GT. Well, technically, that doesn't count because it's technically a modified car. So it's not a production car. It's not the fastest production car. It is the fastest road car, though. And I have no problem admitting that. Now, I think I'd rather have a Hennessy than a Bugatti, honestly. I mean, obviously, I've never driven a Bugatti in real life, but if you drive one in here, its grip is not all that immaculate. I mean, just as a race car, it's not very good. Its grip isn't all that great. I mean, its application of power is fantastic, and its brakes are really strong, and it has that air brake and everything. But like, I don't know. It just doesn't drive all that well, in my opinion, in here. But anyway, basically what we're going to do first, I mean, if it's not clear yet, since I came to this track, we're going to go as fast as we can in this thing. This, I believe, I'm 99% sure, but you never know, I could be wrong, that this is the longest straight you can have in this game. And I believe all Forzas up to this point, at least. Longer than the Nürburgring straight for sure, and longer than anything at the airport place, test track, whatever you want to call it. So here we are. We're going to just park it right up over here. We're going to go for... Oh, I'm not in reverse. That's... I was like, why am I not going backwards? Let's back up a little bit more. Don't want to crash. Oh, that looks funky. Check out those sirens. We're in the ambulance. We're going to need one after this because I'm going to go until we hit the wall. I'm going to try to get as fast as we can. So now they say this thing has a top speed of what? Like 267? 265? Something like that? Let's just floor it. We have all-wheel drive. Let's just go for it. I mean, all-wheel drive is the total craze of most giant killers. For example, the GTR. Only, like, I think the Nismo costs what? Like $150,000? I mean, doesn't even cost a fifth of a million, and it can, with some modification, destroy quite a bit of things. Quite a bit of stuff. Here we go. Look at that 245. Look at that camera shaking. I really like how they really make it go crazy. Like in Forza 4, they kind of gave you more tunnel vision. Here, it's just going crazy. We're just going wild. We only have 7 gears. We're at 261. We got a slight turn here. This is the biggest concern of the track. Oh, we barely made it out of that. We barely made it out of that one. Oh, come on. Go above that. 263, 264. Nope. That's about all. And look, what? Did we even get a scratch? My headlight's out, but did we get a scratch? Let's go to the sun more. Oh, we did. Yeah, right there. I was like, what? Man, this game's realistic for real. Anyway, this thing's just a blast to have. It's a great benchmark to use for your drag cars. I mean, obviously this thing's top speed is higher than, you know, most things. But, you know, you can go on a quarter-mile drag strip and test out a car you're building specifically for drag racing. Use it as a benchmark for that. That's what I do. I tend to build all-wheel drive drag cars. I just hate wheel spin, man. I hate it. Yeah, my car's front-wheel drive, and I most definitely don't drag race it. I've had it on the strip before, you know, just to, you know, basically, you know, test out performance parts, you know. I did a stock run in like 17.8 seconds. God, pretty embarrassing, right? I haven't tested it after all these new parts. I mean, I didn't even have a cold air intake at the time I did that. Oh, look, 267. That was awesome. Yep, we definitely broke the record. Let's see if we can stop in time. Nope. See, now that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. Well, not even like that, really, but whatever. Oh, let's get on with this. Let's actually... We don't have very much money, but let's see if we can upgrade this thing at all. Let's see. Who knows? Will I tint those windows? No, I want people to be able to see me inside this thing. It's just that cool looking. Now, actually, as you can see, most of the car is carbon fiber, so I believe you can just paint everything else rather than it. Oh, no, you can paint the whole car? Okay, that's cool. I figured it being carbon fiber, you wouldn't be allowed to. It looks pretty cool like that, honestly. I don't want to change it. I won't change it. I'll keep it like that. Keep it nice and classy. So let's not mess with the paint at all. But let's go modify this thing. Let's go to the upgrade shop and show off some stuff. We got conversions. We can make this thing rear-wheel drive, which would just be ridiculous to do. Fuck, 1,200 horsepower straight to the back wheels? I don't want that. Would this thing benefit from any of these aerodynamic parts? I mean, it adds weight, obviously, but let's see. Increased handling and braking a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think I'm digging that look. And, you know what? This thing actually looks a little bit better than I thought it would on the car. But it's really not something I would do to this thing, especially since, you know, it has that dual functionality with the spoiler, being an air brake and all. So I'm not actually going to mess with those looks. Now, the wheels I might consider doing different. Oh, this thing doesn't even have the best grip. And where's our money? How much money do we have? Alright, there we got 65,000. Do I want to invest in this thing? I don't think you can ever have too good of tires. Let's go with that. Drag racing compound, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to know about that. Not yet, at least. Tire width, how wide are these? They are 265 stock. I say go 285. 3,200 for that. I don't know if it's just me. And wow, is that 375? Jesus Christ, dude. No, I don't know if it's just me, but in Forza 4, the lateral Gs went up so much higher for upgrades like this, and now it just doesn't seem to do much. Now see, any wheels I put on it now are just going to feel cheap. Actually, I think I can find something cool. I particularly dig these wheels, the P101s. I just love the way they look. I don't know if I like them all that much on this car. I don't know, maybe I'll just keep looking and see. Those are bright orange. I don't know if I want bright. But yeah, I like aftermarket looks on cars. I mean, I'm not a big stock guy. Like, for my generation of Civic, 96 through 2000, a lot of people like to take them, like the sedans especially, and put the SI wheels on them. And I'm just like, technically, you know, that's an upgrade, but it's still stock. It's like, I don't know. I'm weird. Or maybe I'm the norm and everyone else is weird, right? That's the big excuse. God, so many wheel options. You know, honestly, I miss the days when they would organize the wheels by brand. I don't know if you guys care about that, but I definitely do. I just hate it. Plus, did they? No, sorry, I'm thinking about something else. I am actually going to go with those P101s. Yeah, there they are. I'm actually going to do them. Do them in the ass. Alright. I'm totally going to go bankrupt after doing this. The front can go to 21. Oh, that looks funky when the fronts are bigger than the rears. Definitely don't want that. Wonder why you can't upgrade the rears. Oh, let's not ask questions. Let's see if we can lower this thing. Oh, we so can. 0.4 inches, but oh yeah, every bit counts. Look at that. That's gonna help out a lot. Let's see. Do I want to affect the weight? That's just going to ruin this thing. I don't want to ruin it. Let's adjust the shifting a little bit. Oh yeah, good tranny. 0.04 seconds off. Drive line. Come on, I don't have all day here. There is a little bit of a lag when you click A on buying. Like, look at that. Look how long that took. That's a problem already. Can't upgrade the brakes. This thing has enough brakes to stop the earth. So, definitely don't need it. Don't need an upgrade for that. Probably die if we did that. I don't want to add more weight. Actually, I don't want a roll cage. I want to keep it nice and clean looking in there. Let's go with exhaust. Maybe it'll change the way it sounds a little. 11 horsepower off the exhaust? Now, I'm not going to go crazy on this thing. I'm surprised you can't upgrade its turbos. That would have been insane. Yeah, I'm just going to make it an even 900, a full-on R class, just under 4,000 pounds. Now let's take it to the track for real. Let's race some guys, some other R classes. And you know what? We'll go to Le Mans again. You know, just to give ourselves that little extra advantage. We're going to go to free play. We're going to show this off. Game options. 23 drive tires. Fuck that. I'm going to play with like 3 other ones. Above average is fine. One lap of Le Mans. Actually, just one. Oh, please say. Oh, God. That's another thing I hate about games like this. You have to press A to accept everything that you chose. You can't just press, you know, B and go back. You have to press A to accept. Hey, the wheels didn't say the color. Great, now I'm going to have to go change that. Now, I don't want you guys thinking that I'm going to be ranting every video. I'm not going to spend, you know, 5 to 7 minutes at the beginning of each video from now on explaining / ranting. We're actually going to be doing things. It's just that this video was kind of, you know, like a secondary introduction. Like the other one was the prologue and this was the introduction. It's just, or the introduction and then the prologue or whatever, however that goes. But, yeah. Yeah. So, I just don't want you guys to think it's going to be boring all the time. Alright guys, we're back. Here we are. The proper wheel color. Hopefully. Sometimes it looks a little different in the field. So I'm a McLaren P1 there. I wasn't expecting to actually face any real cars. Oh, and a LaFerrari. Look at that. Hypercar shootout right now. Let's just go for it. Let's smoke them off that line. That fucking all-wheel drive, baby. Anyway. This is going to be a question to all of you guys. What's the fastest car you've ever been in? Or driven? You can answer either one of those questions. I'm being a little too cautious here. I could have totally had him there. No, you fuck. Anyway, the fastest car I've ever driven is a Dodge Ram SRT-10 truck. My father owned it. For those who don't know, that's a Dodge truck with the Dodge Viper 8.4 liter engine in it. Yeah, pretty fast, pretty cool. Didn't actually, get to do much with it. I didn't have my license at the time, so I couldn't just go anywhere. And then I ended up selling it before I got my license, which was a shame. I really wanted to experience that thing full on. But then, the fastest car I've ever sat in would be a Dodge Viper GTS, 2003. So, I believe top of the line at that point in time for that generation. Totally awesome. I mean, words can't describe, sitting in something that cool, something that fast. And yeah, I know, it's kind of a coincidence that the fastest car I've driven was a Dodge Viper truck, and then a Dodge Viper was the fastest car I've actually sat in. It was actually at a drag strip. I wanted to ask him to take it down the drag strip, but honestly, it would have been too scary. I was like 15, maybe 16 at the time. I just obviously couldn't trust myself with a potentially, 12-second car. It wasn't stock either. That's the thing. It wasn't stock. It was just owned by this lawyer guy I met. Now, okay, I totally fucked up. For those who don't know, I'm a political science pre-law major in college, and I just got to talking to this guy, and it turns out he didn't end up being, he was a lawyer. And so we just got to talking, he gave me his card, and he's like, hey, how would you like to sit in my car? And I was like, which one's yours? He's like, oh, just the Viper. I was like, what? Alright. So, just talked for a second about the car, and it sounded mean. It had some crazy exhaust on it. It was ridiculous, but Basically, the point I'm trying to get at is that, like, I've raced STIs before. I know how fast they go, and when I see them go, I'm like, wow, those are pretty fast. I can't imagine something being 2 or 3 times as fast as that, and that's what the Bugatti Veyron is. And oh my god, I'm sucking nuts here. The brakes just... Alright, I'm gonna use this metaphor to explain it. Well, it's kind of a metaphor. Anyway, have you guys ever been exiting the freeway and you have kind of a tight turn coming up? You're going like 60, 70 miles an hour, maybe 80. And you're supposed to be going like 25, 35 for the turn. And you're slowing down. You're like, oh yeah, this is plenty slow. And then suddenly, you know, you realize you're going too fast and you kind of struggle to make the turn properly. That's what it's like, except in the Bugatti Veyron, it's so much worse. Like the regular speed you're going, the average speed is like 150. And so when you're going like 260 trying to slow down for a corner, you just can't. You can't be braking early enough. You're always going off. Or at least that's how it is for me when I play it. But either way, it looks like we won. Looks like above average is being too easy. I figured, you know, that was a good compromise, you know. It's kind of where the game starts you off. I figured I would have enough of a challenge. But here I go, being really conservative with my braking now. Let's do some drifting here. Some four-wheel drifting. Yeah, look at that turbo lag there. Yeah, buddy, yeah. We're doing so well. It's 4 turbos doing their work. Oh, man, there we go. My cat's in the way. She's always sitting in front of the TV. She's just mystified. Mystified? Is that a word? Who the fuck knows? She's just totally shocked by the things going on screen. She's like, oh my god, I'm gonna get these moving words and that experience bar that's growing. It's mine, it's mine. She's a freak. Anyway, guys, who knows what's gonna happen next week? Honestly, I don't know. But I promise you, it won't be as boring as this video. Not that this video was really boring, but what I'm saying is that the next videos from here on will be much more fun. Alright? I'm talking collaborations, drift builds, budget builds, drag builds, anything you can basically think of in Forza. I will most likely be doing, as long as it's not stupid. See you guys next week.